Alrighty, what is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video, and in this one, I want to touch a little bit upon some news that we are hearing here. This is going to be according to Scott Zolak. So, for those of you wondering where this is coming from, this isn't coming from me. This is an actual report close to the team. This is what he's hearing against Scott Zolak about the Patriots coaching staff, how so far it is shaping up, and what the outlook so far for the Patriots coaching staff is. You guys already know. Make sure you leave a big like on this video. Subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news, and comment below so far your thoughts about this coaching staff and how it's panning out supposedly so far. I do want to have a little disclaimer. I do want to say that nothing right now is confirmed. This is just what he's hearing, and it would make a lot of sense from what I've already read. And this is really what we've been asking for. This is literally the coaching staff that as Patriots fans have been preaching for. So if this is what happens, then I think the Patriots are finally on a really good road to building this coaching staff back up to what it really should have been over the last couple of years here. So like I said, though, guys, make sure you leave a really big like on this video and comment what you're thinking in the comment section below. It actually helps me out so much. A lot of you ask me, how can I give back to the channel? And there's really a multitude of different ways. If you want to be a Patreon member, that's one of the best ways to give back to me, give back to the channel. You get some benefits from it. You get to join me here on, my live streams that I have. You get benefits from it, as you can see here on the screen. So that's always a great way, but not everyone has money. I get that. And, you still want to get back to the channel. You want to see the channel grow because, like I always say, if we can make this a full-time job, that just gives back to you guys better videos, more time into the channel. So, the more you guys do here for me, the more that I can give back there for you guys. So you guys just liking the video or sharing the video or commenting on the video, it tells YouTube, hey, people are interacting with this guy. People like this video. Let's push this channel out to other Patriots fans. But you guys know that there's only one way we start each and every single one of these videos. So without further ado, let's roll that Patriots Global intro. All right, guys, here. So first off is going to be Jerod Mayo, and we've talked about this a little bit. We know that Jerod Mayo got signed to a contract extension. I made an entire video on this subject. If you're like, hey, Jerod Mayo, extension, what's going on with that whole thing? I thought that he was going to be leaving New England. If you want to know what's going on with that whole situation, kind of how this transpired with real shocking news, I made a video on the whole situation. Go ahead and check that video out. But Jerod Mayo, he was expected to interview with the Cleveland Browns for their defensive coordinator job. He was expected to interview with the Carolina Panthers for their head coaching job. And after news came out that he was signing a long-term extension with the Patriots, it came out that he, as soon as that news came out, as soon as he signed that extension, he actually hit up the Cleveland Browns. He hit up the Carolina Panthers and said, hey, I will not be interviewing with you guys, which is absolute huge news for the Patriots. Again, if you want to know why that's huge for the Patriots, go ahead and check that video out. But from what we're hearing, again, according to Scott Zolak, he's hearing that Jerod Mayo is going to be taking on a new role with the Patriots. Now, as we all know, since joining the Patriots coaching staff in 2019, Jerod Mayo has been the Patriots linebackers coach. I'm not sure if he'll still be working with the linebackers on top of this, or if he's just going to take on a whole new role in general. If he does, that clears up a new need for the Patriots, as they'll need a new linebackers coach. But what we're hearing is that Jerod Mayo is going to become the assistant head coach. Yeah, you heard that right. And I don't know if it's just me, Pats Nation. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But after hearing this, I was trying to think, and I was like, I cannot remember a time where there was an assistant head coach to Bill Belichick. Because Bill Belichick's always had job security. It's Bill Belichick. He's considered the greatest mind of all time, one of the best coaches of all time, and the best coach of all time in football. So to have an assistant head coach never happens to him. Bill Belichick, don't touch me, don't touch my money, don't touch my job, and don't touch my name. I cannot remember a single time where someone has come in and been an assistant head coach, because essentially that would be the guy that would take over if Bill Belichick got fired or decided to retire. So the best way I can put this into comparison would be like a Tom Brady situation, right? When the Patriots drafted Jimmy Garoppolo and Belichick wanted him to be the future, Brady knew that there was someone crawling up his back and that there was someone an inch behind him if he's not playing up to standards, if he's getting injured. And that's really the same thing here for Bill Belichick. Because again, he doesn't perform well this upcoming season. The Patriots miss the playoffs, or maybe just don't even win a playoff game. Maybe Kraft says, sorry, Bill, you're out. Since Brady left, we haven't won a playoff game. You've made the playoffs once out of 3 years. No, you're done. Jerod, you're the assistant head coach. You'll be bumped up. So I think that this could be a couple of different things. One, maybe we see a better form of Bill Belichick. Maybe we see him do some smarter moves, whether that's trades and free agency and the draft in general. I think I was delayed there a little bit, so hopefully you guys heard that. But this could mean Bill Belichick is all in for the 2023 season because he knows that his job could be on the line and that he could be on the hot seat if he does not perform better, get this team to the playoffs, actually make a deep playoff run. Because although the Patriots have been a team for the last few decades that have been successful, Robert Kraft is now the type of guy to sit back and say, you know what? We had our time. We made it to some Super Bowls. We won 6 of them. That's more than any other owner could say. I'm happy with where we're at. That's not what he's going to say. He's used to winning. Robert Kraft wants to get back to that winning environment. He gave Belichick a couple of years, and to him, that's enough. He wants to get back to contention. He wants to get back to Super Bowl. He wants to win championships, and he's not going to wait around. Robert Kraft doesn't have time to wait around. So the fact that Jerod Mayo was the assistant head coach, again, could show us that, maybe there's a new head coach coming into the Patriots sooner rather than later. We are hearing that, hey, maybe Belichick retires in a couple of seasons. Maybe he doesn't. We're kind of taking it year by year. But the fact that Jerod Mayo is the assistant head coach is really pivoting itself as a true possibility that Jerod could be the next actual head coach here for the New England Patriots. And when I first saw this, I kind of panned to myself and I said, maybe this is a situation where, the Patriots say, hey, look, Jerod, you've only been a linebackers coach for the NFL. You haven't been a defensive coordinator. You have no idea what it's like to be a head coach. What if you stay here for a couple of years? We make you an assistant head coach. You learn the ropes. You learn under Bill, the greatest of all time. And then you can go out in a couple of years and find a new job elsewhere around the league, whether that's head coach or defensive coordinator. But then I remembered the Patriots signed Jerod Mayo to a long-term contract extension. So the fact that they're right now making him an assistant head coach means that he's going to be sticking around New England for a long time, probably by the time that Bill Belichick decides to retire. And even in that video about Jerod Mayo, I said they had to have done something to persuade Jerod Mayo to want to stay here. Jerod Mayo wants a promotion. He wants to be a defensive coordinator. He wants to be a head coach. He's always wanted this. We saw him getting opportunities last offseason too, one of which being with the Broncos, who they probably should have just hired Jerod Mayo. So they had to persuade him one way. And, Robert Kraft saying, we'll make you the assistant head coach. You learn under Bill. And when Bill's done, you get to take over as the head coach for the New England Patriots, in which you used to play your entire career for. I don't know about you, but that sounds like the ultimate persuasion to me, and it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. So big news there with Jerod Mayo. As for Matt Patricia, everyone's going to be wondering. The Patriots vocally come out and they say, hey, we're looking for a new offensive coordinator. We'll be interviewing people within the upcoming weeks, which a lot of people are asking me about that. Haven't heard much about it. I am hearing one thing. I will make a video on it, but we haven't heard exactly all the candidates that they are interviewing. Once we do hear that, I will make a video on that, though, so stay tuned for that. And make sure you guys also turn on your bell notifications for the channel so that you do get notified when I do upload videos right away, especially with the offseason. A lot of news, a lot of rumors are going to be popping off. But Matt Patricia, obviously not the offensive coordinator. Looks like he's going back to the role that he was in prior to being the Patriots offensive coordinator, being the senior football advisor. Guys, I know everyone is saying, get Matt Patricia out of here. He shouldn't be here. We don't want him. He's a firestorm to an organization. And I don't think that's true at all. I think people are being so exaggerated for no reason. At the end of the day, Matt Patricia is a great mind. He was a great defensive coach. He wasn't a good head coach. He wasn't a good offensive coordinator, but he was a great defensive mind, and he's been around the league for so long, working with the offensive line at one point, then the Patriots defensive coordinator, then the head coach for the Lions, then the Patriots senior football advisor last year. He has a role on this team. It just should not be a positional role or a role in which he makes any way, shape, or form play calls or player personnel moves. He should not do that. He should have no calls with that. Should not be a general manager, none of that. But him being a football advisor could still help this team out because of the football mind and experience throughout the league that he still has. I am also hearing that he could potentially still help with the Patriots offensive line. I don't love that idea. The Patriots offensive line was booty this year. It was straight booty this year. We all know that. The Patriots need a real offensive line coach to come in, period, point blank. I don't think Matt Patricia should be working with it. Matt Patricia did originally work with the offensive line before becoming a defensive coordinator and a head coach. So he has experience there. But again, this year, he worked with the Patriots as a Patriots offensive coordinator and offensive line coach, and we see how that worked out. So I'm not a big fan of that one. Make him senior football advisor and just leave it there. More good news, guys. Special teams wise, something we were hoping the team was going to do, and it looks like they are going to. Again, the team's finally doing the obvious. We're all sitting back here saying, why are you not doing this move? Why are you not doing that move? This is obvious stuff. Use your head, Bill. And it's frustrating for us because it's just obvious things you can do to be more successful. And it looks like Bill is finally doing that. Joe Judge is expected to be the Patriots' new special teams coach, a role which he was taken over for New England for years before he became the head coach for the Giants. As we all know, once he became the head coach for the Giants, New England had to find a new special teams coach. That's where Cam Accord ultimately came in. And since Cam Accord has been the Patriots' special teams coach, we've not been great. We've had good moments. Don't get me wrong. The Patriots have had, a blocked punt. They've had, I don't think they've had any blocked kicks since Joe Judge left. They've had, punt returns and whatnot. So there's still been some great special teams moments, but there's been so many inconsistencies with the special teams over the last few years, really ever since Joe Judge left, that has put this team in terrible positions. Whether that's several times that our players are running into the kicker, running into the punter, right? Whether it's not getting blocking assignments done right, which are leading to our punts continuously getting blocked. It just comes down, it seems like with Cam Accord, to a lack of assertiveness with his special teams players, a lack of just control over his group, for lack of better words. They're very inconsistent, and it screwed the Patriots over time after time. So looks like Joe Judge is going to come back to be the Patriots special teams coach. So special teams should be able to be wrapped up again. It should be able to be a consistent and elite group for the Patriots like it once was, which could be very, very good because we have a lot of great players. We have a lot of young players too, between Brendan Schooler, between Marcus Jones. We have a lot of young special teams players that I think with Joe Judge can even take that next leap forward. So I'm very excited to see, what Joe Judge could potentially do here as a Patriots special teams coach again. Cam Accord is going to be the assistant special teams coach. So he's not getting fired as he shouldn't. I think this is probably the best position for Cam Accord to be in. I think that he can still be a good special teams coach at some point. I just don't think he's ready. Maybe he needs a couple of years, or just maybe he's always going to be an assistant. But I think give him a few years. If Joe Judge leaves somewhere else or Joe Judge retires at some point, Cam Accord can come back in and be that guy. I just think he needs more time. He needs to be more assertive with his players overall. And I think that's just going to come with some more time and some more coaching, which, again, he's going to be the assistant. He can learn a little bit more under Joe Judge. And then lastly, what we're hearing here, you guys already know this. I made a short video on it. Nick Caley, Patriots tight ends coach. Scott Zolak here says he has him leaving. Not potentially leaving, just straight up leaving. Tomorrow, Nick Caley will be interviewing for the offensive coordinator spot with the New York Jets. For those of you who don't know, nothing confirmed. They're still interviewing several people. But from what I'm hearing, Nick Caley is the top candidate and a strong candidate to be the New York Jets' new offensive coordinator. So it would make a lot of sense. No current guy behind there. So if Nick Caley does leave, that would be a huge loss to the Patriots. He's a big guy within the Patriots locker room. A lot of guys love him. He's a brilliant mind. he was the guy that we were talking about, even last year, um, potentially being the Patriots offensive coordinator. Even the year before, we were talking about Nick Haley being the Patriots offensive coordinator if Josh McDaniels left, which at that time he didn't. But Nick Haley doesn't want to stay the tight ends coach. He does want to be an offensive coordinator. Again, that would be a big loss for the Patriots, not in the sense of what he's done for our tight ends, because, I mean, as a tight ends coach, I don't really think there's anything I can point out and say, hey, he's done this really, really well, because our tight ends have had issues over the last few years. But nonetheless, he is still a really good offensive mind, so that would be a big loss for the Patriots. So it looks like New England would need to find a new tight ends coach. But overall, the coaching staff that it looks like is being put together is definitely an improvement compared to what we saw. There we go. Compared to what we saw last year. And like I said, me personally, there's some personnel moves that have to be made, especially on the offensive line this offseason. But the biggest issue for the Patriots for me that they had to address was this coaching staff situation from top to bottom. You had to figure it out. And it looks like that's exactly what Bill and Kraft thought in their meeting. And that's exactly what they're doing as their first priority. What are your guys' thoughts on some of the news that we are hearing about the Patriots' new potential coaching staff here? Nothing locked, nothing official. We probably won't hear about anything official with the coaching staff till like mini camp or training camp. So still a few months away from the official announcement, but this is what it's looking like it's going to be. What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video and of course subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, I do appreciate you guys for watching. And don't you ever forget, go Pats.